Hey everyone, this is Rob from ProWrestleBlog here, www.prowrestleblog.blogspot.com. Hey, I'm kind of back. Haven't been in the mood to watch any wrestling for a while, so I didn't watch any, so I didn't do anything on my website. But I've been in the mood, so I watched something today, along with a little bit of rings that you can check on my site. And today's review is WCW Monday Nitro from September 4th, 2000, and it's Wargames 2000, Russo's Revenge. I actually saw the Nitro before this on YouTube the other day. I don't know, I was just in the mood to watch some old Nitro, I guess, and I turned it on. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then I found out the Triple Cage was the week, was the going to be the week after. So I'm like, I might as well watch this. So here I am. Okay, so the storyline going into this is Russo and his crew of Nash, Steiner, Jeff Jarrett, and maybe someone else are in control, and a lot of baby faces have been getting at Russo, like Sting and Booker T and Goldberg and the Cat, and Russo wants to get his revenge here. So that's kind of what the whole show is about. We started out with a World Tag Team title match with the Dark Carnival, which was basically just the ICP versus the Filthy Animals of Rey Mysterio and Juventud. Ray and Hoovy won with the Nutcracker here, and yeah, it's like it sounds. They did a top rope leg drop on one of the ICP's nuts, and that's how they won. They probably should have been disqualified, but whatever. This is WCW. Um, I didn't think it was that bad. The announcers ripped on the ICP for kind of looking like average dudes, but I didn't think it was bad at all. Hoovy and Ray did good flying, and the ICP were fine. A little bit slow and not the greatest workers, but it was enough. Commentary was absolutely terrible because they ripped on ICP the whole time, but that's WCW for you. Team Canada was in the back. They had won a match where they could get control of Major Guns. I don't know how long, for like a week, I guess, maybe, I don't know. And they were making her work out in the treadmill and, some workout attire. And I think the whole point here was just to show Major Guns all sweaty and stuff, so yeah. Russo and the Natural Born Thrillers came out to talk while the Triple Cage was lowered. This was a really stupid promo. Russo talked about War Games, and he called his heel faction the Baby Faces. He called them the Baby Faces too, and he said the good guys like Sting and Goldberg and Booker, he said they were the heel team. And I'm sure 99% of the audience had no idea what he was talking about. He also said Sting was past his prime, which was nice to point out. He said Sting's team would have to compete in qualifying matches to get into War Games tonight. And he said if Goldberg gets in, he will waive the non-physicality clause, which means Goldberg could beat him up and stuff. Russo said he guaranteed that he would walk out WCW champ. Nash came out, and he wasn't happy because his title was on the line. And he said, "We went over this. I'm not some fighting champion. I have to defend it once a month. I'm going to defend it on the 29th day on the 11th hour." I like that. That was kind of funny. They then argued, and Nash put his hands on Russo's throat and teased that he was gonna, beat him up and all that. They had a similar angle the week before. I don't remember who it was, but someone else in Russo's camp didn't get along with them until they swerved us. And yeah, you're probably gonna be seeing that again tonight. Sting came through the ring and in the dark. He literally came through the ring, and Russo tried to put Nash on him. Sting said he would win the title tonight. Sting then locked the door and he went after Russo, and Jeff Jarrett and Steiner came to the rescue. The Cat and Booker T, as well as the Natural Born Thrillers, came in, and Sting chased Russo out, and they had a little brawl. Russo ran out, and Goldberg arrived, and then he ran away from Russo. Steiner and Jarrett yelled at Russo in the back for arguing with Nash. Steiner threw a trash can. Pretty good throw, too. And for some reason, Jeremy Borash got his head shaved by the Nitro Girls. No idea why, but whatever. He's now bald. The Harris brothers came out, and they said they had some footage they wanted played. And it showed them beating up Kronik in a bar. Yeah, I don't know. They got a couple good shots in with some pool sticks and a glass bottle, so I guess that looked okay. The franchise, Shane Douglas, then walked into Russo's office, and he said he wanted Goldberg one-on-one in a match because Goldberg beat him up last week. And, Russo was like, yeah, we'll bring the Natural Born Thrillers and all that, no big handicap. And Tori's like, oh, no, we don't want that. Shane can beat him on his own. And so then he said, okay, fine, it'll be one-on-one. And then Russo told the Natural Born Thrillers anyway to watch Shane's back. So this was stupid. I don't really get the point of that, but whatever. We then had a Wargames qualifier with Sting versus Vampiro and the Great Muta. Of course, Sting won a one-on-two match without much of a problem. And he Scorpion Death dropped Vampiro after Muta accidentally hit the mist on Vamp. Total waste of everyone involved. Really stupid. And it'll be the first of many for the night. Then, of course, in typical Russo fashion, tag team partners who can't get along. The Great Muta and Vampiro argued, and they teased dissension until the ICP came in and stopped them. We then had Team Canada in the back with major guns. They were making her work out on the one machine. And Elix Skipper said, "We're checking her mental altitude." And, of course, he meant aptitude, so it was funny. Storm said, "If she loses her train of thought, she might lose her chance to become Canadian." While Guns is saying, "I don't want to be Canadian." And I think the whole point of this was just to show Guns' chest and all sweaty and all that. Stevie Ray was mad and because he had a match signed for tonight. Didn't say who. He just wanted to focus on being a commentator. So yeah. We had more arguing in the back with the heels, Nash and Jarrett and all that. Disregard that, you'll see why. We then had Stevie Ray versus Booker T. For some reason, Russo made this. So, yeah, they wasted a brother versus brother match for a throwaway for a qualifier for another match later in the night. Good old WCW. Stevie Ray jumped Booker from behind for some reason. Later on in the match, he claimed that it was because you always have to keep your guard up, but it's kind of stupid. Didn't make sense. Booker T won with the bookend. This surprisingly wasn't that bad. I didn't expect much here, but it was okay. Stevie Ray countered the one jump kick by Booker and kind of powerbombed him. I like that spot. And it was also short, which was definitely a good thing. As I mentioned, Stevie told Booker to keep his guard up, and yeah. Then Kronik asked the Young Dragons in the back if they knew where the Harris brothers were. Young Dragons were pretending they couldn't speak English, and they were acting very stereotypically Japanese, and it was stupid. They then got beat up, and Jameson took a choke slam through a table. He dead weighted them, so the bump looked pretty bad. 3 count was then in the ring. As you'll see, another stable is about to get abused. We're now on, I think, the 3rd stable looking stupid tonight. So it's pretty good, I think. Kronik just chokeslammed 3 count and beat the crap out of him. And then Jeff Jarrett came out. Tony said, every fan in the world wants to see the Harris brothers go up against Kronik. I disagree, Tony. Jeff Jarrett came out to talk because he needs to be in every segment. And he said the Cat wanted a title match and he wanted to get into Wargames, so he made a qualifier. It was going to be the Cat versus Kronik. It was kind of funny. I didn't mind this one so much. The Cat tried to convince Kronik to work with him to go beat up Jarrett, and they were buying it. And right when they turned their back, the Cat went for a quick roll-up to try to win. I thought that was pretty funny. It didn't work, but it was cool. Kronik then ended up double choke slamming Cat. And Jeff Jarrett chased Miss Jones around while making woman remarks. And that's about it. More yelling at Russo here. And we went to another Wargames qualifier with the franchise Shane Douglas versus Goldberg. Shane was just running down Goldberg in the crowd here before the match. And Goldberg came and they started the match. Goldberg's arm got worked on, the same one that he punched the car window through, so it was still a bit injured. And Shane was pretty good here. I liked it. And then the Natural Born Thrillers came in, beat up Goldberg, and then Goldberg made a comeback. He hit a really cool spot. He somehow beat up all 6 of the Thrillers, and he had Mike Sanders in the Gorilla Press, and then he dropped him at the same time, then speared Shane Douglas. That was a really cool spot, and I like that. And Goldberg won with the jackhammer here for a squash. Crowd was totally into it, and they love Goldberg, as you'll see they are all night. And there you go. Russo couldn't believe Goldberg won. More Russo and Nash arguing. All right, just what I wanted to see. All right, everyone, stay tuned. We're going to do part 2. I have to split this up due to YouTube, the way it works. So.